before we get into this video, got a question for you. Do you want to see a Detroit Lions 7-round mock draft? If you do, type me in the comment section. I'm going to see how many me's are in there. And if we get a lot, we'll do a 7-round mock draft. This video is all about Lions rumors and news here. And we're getting into an article that just dropped, Fansided, talking about the Detroit Lions making a trade for wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk from the San Francisco 49ers. Is this something that's realistic or not? Let's get into this article. They stated right here, Detroit could certainly benefit from adding another pass catcher alongside fellow 2023 All-Pro Amon-Ra St. Brown and Pro Bowl tight end Sam Laporta. And adding an incredibly skilled route runner like Aiyuk would thrive on all three levels of the field, would from arguably be the best and most explosive pass-catching trio in the NFL, making the Lions an even more explosive offensive unit than they already have. They continue on in this article. The Lions and 49ers met in the NFC Championship game last season and are regarded as the top two teams in the conference as we enter 2024, making this a potential league-altering transaction for all parties involved. Why are we hearing about a Brandon Aiyuk trade? Because he's trying to get a contract extension, and the extension is not even close, according to reports. So what would the trade be? Well, the San Francisco 49ers would trade Brandon Aiyuk to the Lions, and the Lions would get a 4th-round pick, 132 overall, which they don't have one right now. The 49ers receive the 29th pick this year, a 5th-round pick, 163, and a 7th-round pick, 247. So the Lions give up that 1st-round pick to a 25-year-old wide receiver and get a couple picks back. What does the wide receiver room look like right now? St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Kalif Raymond, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and Antoine Green. If you were to add a Brandon Aiyuk to it, that would be ridiculous. St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Brandon Aiyuk, Kalif Raymond, Donovan Peoples-Jones, it would be sick. So what did Aiyuk do this year? He had 75 receptions, 1,342 yards, 7 touchdowns, and an average of 17.9. That's a lot. Would you trade for Brandon Aiyuk? Y for yes and N for no. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this one. When I think about this trade, I think it's unrealistic. I don't think it will happen. But in all honesty, if you're to go with that trade that they gave there, it would be not bad in all honesty, right? You're giving up a couple draft picks, but you're getting a spectacular player for the Lions. The question is not really about the compensation here. The question predominantly, in my opinion, is about the money being paid, and Aiyuk wants to get paid a lot. And I just don't think the Lions are going to do that. My personal opinion. We also have some news here of a player doing a player visit here with the Detroit Lions, one being Mr. Kool-Aid McKinstry, the cornerback from Alabama. And we love Kool-Aid McKinstry. A little bit about his accolades here. He was rated as a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Did really well. McKinstry played in every game named to the Southeastern Conference SEC all-freshman team. Really good young. Following the 2023 NFL season, he was named first-team All-American. Kool-Aid McKinstry is highly regarded. A 6'1 prospect, 195 pounds. What he did this year, 24 solid tackles, 7 pass defense, 0 forced fumbles. He was a very good player for college. And if you look at the depth here for the Lions cornerback position, we need help. Carlton Davis, Amik Robertson, Emmanuel Mosley, Kendall Vildor, and Khalil Dorsey. I think you would like to go ahead and put another corner in there to help this depth out because a lot of these players were injured. And it's something you don't really want to rely on all of these players. So I got a question for you really quick. Name a player you want the Detroit Lions to draft. It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody as a top player. It could be a lower-ranked player for college football and the NFL draft. Folks, I'm tired of stressing about buying tickets. When I want to go see a game, I just want to go there and make it real simple. If you get Game Time, that is exactly what you're going to get. Simple. You can make sure You get those killer deals and last-minute tickets and the best prices guaranteed. And you can stop stressing and start getting hyped for the fun that you're going to have. It is easy to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area, that's sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever, with their lowest prices guaranteed. It's the Game Time Guaranteed, which means you're always getting the best prices, and if you find tickets in the same section or less, Game Time's going to credit you 110% of the difference. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. In the middle screenshot, by the way, I think it's a fantastic feature of the app. It shows you where your seat is, and if you move your phone left to right, you can see the surrounding area like a 3D live photo. So download Game Time today and put in the words Chat Sports, get $20 off your very first purchase. You go to the redeem code section, plug in Chat Sports, get $20 off your very first purchase. Terms due to play. Got to create an account. Got to have an email to get that deal, to get that $20 off. The information is going to be in the description and comment section of this video. The link is, if you're buying Lions tickets or any tickets this year, make sure you're using Game Time. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Dan Campbell spoke on how we need to get better at the safety position. We need to add some depth there. So before we get into this list, which safety do you want the Detroit Lions to sign? You can name one in the draft or in free agency. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Here are the free agent safeties, at least the top ones that I have that's on the free agent market for the Detroit Lions. Jamal Adams released from the Seattle Seahawks. He's been an all-pro throughout his career, a little bit longer in the tooth, but he's a very good safety. Justin Simmons, I know a lot of people want to get him. Released from the Denver Broncos. He'd immediately upgrade the safety position in a big way. Eddie Jackson was a really good safety for many years, and he is still a free agent out there. Quandre Diggs, former Detroit Lion, was released by Seattle as well. Available. Micah Hyde, a good player, veteran out there. Lions can get Marcus May familiar with the New Orleans Saints as a veteran, and Jaron Kearse, the Lions could look at to get. The safety at the Lions depth position is missing one spot right here. We got Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Afutu Melifonwu, Brandon Joseph. A lot of young names right here, so the Detroit Lions can get another safety to add to this list. Make him move up a little bit. Now, Brandon Joseph, I think, is more of a guy who is trying to make the roster, so we need another safety. That is for sure. What about potential draft for safeties? Well, here's a couple safeties out there in this draft that the Detroit Lions could absolutely get. Tyler Nubin, who I have is a round one grade, a late round grade, close to the 29th pick, is available. 34 cert tackles, 5 interceptions, 4 pass defense. He was balling. Javon Bullard, round 2 prospect, 39 solo tackles, 2 interceptions, 5 pass defense. Good player. Another round 2 prospect here, Jaden Hicks, 47 total, 2 interceptions, 4 pass defense. A round 3 grade, Cameron Nitchens from Miami, 40 solo, 5 interceptions, 5 pass defense. That would be a prospect the Lions could get in the 3rd round. Another 3rd round prospect there is Kalen Bullock, 42 solo, 7 pass defense, and 2 interceptions. Dadrian Taylor Demerson, 53 solo, 4 interceptions, 7 pass defense. 4th round grade. We don't have a 4th round pick right now, so maybe they fall to the 5th round or the Detroit Lions get a 4th round pick in a trade somehow. 46 solo, 4 interceptions, and 2 pass defense. And Cole Bishop, another 4th round prospect, 35, 1 forced fumble, 2 interceptions, and 3 pass defense. So the Lions have a lot of options at that position to get better at safety. They truly do. And that's something that the Detroit Lions could look at. So, question for you really quick. If the Lions were to get a safety, what safety do you want the Lions to sign? Name the safety in the comments below. Let's go ahead and continue on, and we're going to talk about Brock Wright really quick. Now, Brock Wright's contract was released to the public, and it is not as bad. It was actually reported. The 49ers, they did a lot of incentive base to Mr. Brock Wright. So the contract really is about half from what it was. So now when we look at this contract, we understand that it's really not too bad. the Lions matched it. Probably understand a little bit of some of these incentives may not get matched, and it's not going to cost the Detroit Lions too much. Now, in the third year, his cap hit goes to $4 million. That's probably something that the Lions avoid. The dead cap hits around $2 million. So the Lions, when I look at this thing, it's more of a 2-year deal. The Lions could cut bait after the third year. Still, it's not much money, in all honesty. So the Lions did a good job, I feel, by matching this bad boy and making the Detroit Lions' ability to go ahead and add him to this roster. It's not going to hurt that much. Folks, we're going to be live for the draft at the Soaring Eagle Casino. So if you don't want to miss out on that, subscribe now. Also, if the Lions make a move, signing, trade, or whatever, I'm going to make a video on it. So you're going to want to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the latest Lions news and rumors. Hit that sub button now. With that said, notification bell, all lovely stuff. Do that. With that, adios.